What's going on, guys? Phil here from Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube with this guy.
Hi.
Gels. He's from Fitment Industries, which is why you're probably like, I've never seen that guy before. Or maybe you have, because you might be a lover of cars and trucks, so you do know who he is, because you're in quite a few of the old Fitment Industries videos, as well as Alex Martini, but this is Alex. What's your actual last name? I just call you Gels.
Jelena.
Jelena.
Where Gels comes from. Yeah.
All right, so we are doing another episode of From the Gallery. You guys requested us to have more Fitment Industries people in these videos, so we brought in Gels because he's a car guy, so he's going to look at these trucks and be probably confused, slightly frustrated, perhaps irritated by some of the things that the truck people do. So I think that's about it. We're going to jump in and rate these things on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being bleh and 10 being super freaking awesome. Ready to jump into it?
I'm ready.
All right. So here's our first one. This is a 2016 Toyota Tacoma, Toxic Punisher, 20 by 12 negative 51 wheels, 35 by 12.5 inch tires, and it's on a 6.5 inch max track suspension lift. So, I believe this is one of the guys that sent in his vehicle. We get a ton of people sending in submissions when they add their vehicle to the gallery. So we'll kind of scroll through the pictures here. I don't know how you guys do it, but this is how we do it. So I'll scroll through, get a good general overview of the whole truck here. Looks like he actually uses it quite a bit.
Yep.
A couple off-road pictures here, flexing it out.
Love the underglow. Rock lights, whatever.
Yeah.
Is that what you call them? Rock lights, underglow?
He's got a ton of photos, which is nice. I love when galleries have a good amount of quality photos. This one is sideways. I have to look at it like this, but you kind of get the idea. All right, so we'll give it a number, and then we'll explain our rating.
Okay.
Good to go?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
7. 9?
That's pretty high. 9.
Okay.
I love.
All right.
So I'm biased because I love Toyota Tacomas.
Sure.
And I think this setup looks really good on here. And I'm usually more of a fan of like a more traditional off-road setup, which would be like 17s or 18s, but still like a 35-inch tire. But I really like these Vision wheels. This is one of their gray finish, so it's not just another black wheel. And I think it works really well with the gray truck. I don't know, just ties together nicely. And I love that he actually uses it. It's got good stance. The truck overall I like. It's a TRD, it's got the sunroof, it's got the hood scoop, it's got everything that I would want if I owned a Tacoma. And you said 7.
I said 7, yeah. So, first of all, these numbers for like tire sizes and like widths are like 3 times the size of what we look at over in the car side of things. So, yeah, I think the wheels themselves, I like the style. It's like a mesh style design. It reminds me a lot of like car wheels in that aspect of like the whole design of it and everything. So I think that's pretty cool, especially it being on a Toyota Tacoma. Yeah, I think everything, it looks really nice. It looks like it's in like decent shape. I don't know what, as far as brands and everything go, if that's like more, you know, on the higher end or lower end of things, but I mean.
Toyota gets a lot of hate from like, so many truck guys are like, oh, America, Ford, Chevy.
Sure.
And then they see a Toyota and they just don't like Japanese trucks.
Yeah. No, I think
like,
the stance on it looks really nice.
Cost-wise, like this truck, a buddy of mine bought an 18 Tacoma, and this is not a full-size truck. This is a mid-size truck, and brand new after dealer incentives and like all these discounts, he still paid like 36 grand
Jesus.
for it. And it's like, I don't know. They're expensive for a mid-size truck.
Definitely.
All right, we'll grab the next one here. Throwing some color in. We don't see this a lot in the truck world. 2014 Ram 2500 TAS 544 RM, which is actually, that's an exclusive wheel that you can only get through Custom Offsets and Custom Offsets brands. We're the only ones that sell it in the red and milled finish.
All right.
And then again, 35 by 12.5 inch tires, and it's on just a leveling kit. So whereas the last guy had 6.5 inches to fit 35s, this guy's got a leveling kit, and he's got 35s. Difference of a full-size truck, heavy-duty truck here. So he's got the tow mirrors flipped out, which is a thing that truck guys hate on Rams for doing, because they look like a moose, is what I've heard from people. Looks like he's got some sort of, like, I don't know what's in the back. Fuel
like
cans, jerry rigs.
You think he carries them around all the time?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. It's like he's got shovels.
It's like a whole, like, another rack thing going on back there.
I don't know what he uses this for. Fox shocks, 2-inch leveling kit, rubs, has minor metal trimming. All right, have you seen enough to give it a number?
I think so.
God, I'm so torn. All right, 3, 2, 1.
5.5.
Whoa, 5.5 I feel like is low.
Is it? I'm sorry.
Why? Why 5.5?
I just feel like it needs a little more than a level to it. I feel like it just needs a little more lift to it just to kind of, especially with, I don't know if it's the size of the tires on it, that something just looks small the way it is, and I don't know what would help that. But I feel like maybe...
Probably because the truck's so huge. Like
Maybe.
These are by no means small. I mean, this is a 14-inch wide wheel, 35-inch tires. They're decently big, but because the truck's so huge, like,
Gotcha.
it doesn't always look proportionate. So I could definitely see that. Yeah, so I went with the 7, which is a little bit low, I think, lower than what a lot of people might say for this truck.
Okay.
But for me, I don't like the fender flares that aren't color matched.
Yeah.
And then I don't like this, he's got this Ram logo stuck up in the top
I didn't even see that.
of the grill, and that just kind of throws me off a little bit. I do like the red wheels on here. I think it goes well with the silver. I don't know if it's something that I would do, but like looking at the picture, I mean, it's different, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It stands out. So if you're
Yeah, it gives it a nice addition of color to it.
right, instead of just your typical black wheel. So that's that one. That's the Ram. Sweet.
All right,
we
kicking
go.
it back to my hometown. Let's see these a lot.
Yes, the high school parking lot in 2013. I recall. I think this truck was there. This is 2013 GMC Sierra 1500. It's got the XD Rockstar 2s, 20 by 9, -12, wrapped in Federal Garage MT, 37 by 12.5. It's not a 6-inch rough country. You got your rough country lift, you got your Federal Garage tires, and you got your Rockstars. I mean, I don't know what more you could ask for as a pretty simple budget build. So all of this, $3,000.
That's pretty decent.
Wheels, tires, suspension. Like, you get a lot because the Federal Garages are a very affordable, cheap tire.
Sure.
They go through mud quite well, actually. I had a set one time, and as you can see in this picture, they went through mud well for him, too.
Perfect.
The Rockstars have been around forever.
Ooh, the Galaxy interior, though. Now that's a nice touch.
Yeah, I would not have expected this.
That really threw me
Like,
off, to be
you look at the
honest.
outside, and you're like, all right, so farm truck. And then you look at the inside, and
Like,
you're,
no.
Wrong. Very confusing. I like his headlights.
Headlights are cool.
These must be, yeah, these are aftermarket headlights that look sort of like the newer GMCs.
Yeah.
Aftermarket taillights as well. Everything's blacked out. He's got cubes in the bumpers, flush mounted. That's kind of cool. Big old fender flares. Got the window visors, tow mirrors, fog light, cubes, bull bar. The Galaxy interior is just... I wasn't ready for that.
No, I didn't.
And it looks like a ton of rock lights and
Hell
some
yeah.
awesome lighting behind the grill. God, this is another one. I don't even know what to, I don't know what to say. All right, 3, 2, 1.
7.5.
You rated it higher than I did.
Yeah.
So I went with a 6 just because I don't like the Rockstar, and I think that's all I have to say.
Sure. Yeah, I guess like the style of wheels, not necessarily my take on it, but I mean, the way I look at it, if he's like, you know, going off-roading with it, like, you know, going through some mud and stuff like that, it works. Bonus points for the Galaxy interior. I think it's awesome.
That is cool. I do like that. It's just, again, something like really different. That
Yeah.
It's not the same as every other interior. Even like Cody just painted his, I think he painted it silver and it was like wood grain or something. So
Sure.
like just changed it up so it's not the same as every other boring Chevy interior. Now we're talking.
Okay.
2005 Ford Excursion. This is actually a friend of ours. This was out at SEMA last year. American Force, the 30 by 16s. Negative 112
I can't even
offset.
I can't even
42
comprehend.
tires, and 24 inches of lift.
How do you get a negative 112? Like, I can barely fit like plus 35s on my car without running into issues.
Yeah. Negative 112.
I guess it doesn't matter when none of the wheel is actually.
Right? I wonder
part
if we have a
of
straight
the-
on shot.
Oh my god.
So you can see most of the wheel is no longer underneath this
Right.
Excursion. There has been a ton of work put into this. Custom interior. He's got a whole bunch of sound. It's a custom
Dang.
lift, full coilovers. Look at this audio.
My God.
Dude went all out. This is actually Mason Poston, who used to work here. Takes photos for this guy. Must have met up with him in South Carolina. He's got some sweet spike lugs on there. American Forces, full one-piece forged wheel.
Yeah, those are thin. Like, those spokes are thin.
Entire suspension has been powder coated or chromed.
Dang.
Or polished. I don't know what he did exactly, but it looks sweet. And then also, this is a 2005 truck, but he's got, I think it's a 2017 front end on it.
I was gonna say something looks a lot more modern than a
Significantly
2005. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff done to it. That's for sure.
Yeah, 17,
Jesus.
16, something like that. But looks pretty sweet. Custom 4-link suspension. Doesn't rub, and there's no trimming, but that's because
I mean, what are you gonna rub on?
It's just so tall. But he does actually drive it around too. Like I've seen Snapchats of this thing parked in people's backyards.
I couldn't imagine seeing this thing on the road. I don't know if I'd be terrified or.
If it was behind you, I'd you'd get the fuck out of the way. All right, got a number?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1,
9.
10. Oh, I thought for sure I could get you a 10 on this.
I'm sorry.
So I went with a 10 because just look at it. I mean, how could you not go with a 10?
Definitely.
There's so much money in this thing, so much time. I got to see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff when they were putting this truck together, and it's just like what they were able to come up with is pretty impressive. And this truck has been through like, I don't know, 3 or 4 different variations of different styles.
That's crazy. So he's been building on it for a while then.
Yeah, he'll build it, go to SEMA with it, and then tear it all apart.
Change it all apart.
Start over for next year.
I just really like how, like everything underneath it, there's not a spot on it that hasn't been touched or like coated or painted or cleaned. And just like, it's very meticulous, and I appreciate the hell out of that.
Yep. And I think it, like, part of it's white and it has polished wheels. Like, it just adds to that really clean.
It's very clean.
Kicking it old school for the next one. We got a 1993 Ford F350. Fuel forged wheels, another very expensive wheel, 24 by 12, negative 51. And a Trailblade XT 325 45s. That you see, you're getting towards car sizes, a 45 sidewall. You know, I feel like you guys run like 30 series sidewalls on most of your stuff.
30, 35.
But at least it's closer to car territory as far as how much sidewall, but overall size of this tire is still giant.
Yeah.
Still giant. Brushed finish on the wheels. So although they're forged wheel, they don't have that mirror polish finish. They're brushed. Kind of like this color too. It's got newer toe mirrors on it. He actually has, those look like Chevy toe mirrors on a Ford, which is interesting. Bilstein steering stabilizers, a very good brand. Bilstein makes tons of different cars, actually. I have those on my BMW on the daily. So let's see, 2005 and up F250 axles, leveling coils, Fox shocks, 4-link, and 1-inch wheel spacers on the back, just to line it up. 2008 front bumper. Oh, and it's got a 12-valve Cummins swapped into it. This thing's got a lot of stuff done.
So it's just got a little bit of everything. You got the different mirrors, you got a different engine, you got a different chassis.
Little bit of everything. All right, I kind of dig it though.
Yeah.
All right, you got a number?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, 8.
Almost.
Very close, very close. So I went with 8.5, and I didn't go higher because, so one, yes, there's a ton of probably money and time sticking to this truck as well, but there are just a couple of things that just don't line up for me, like the mirrors and whatnot, and then forgot what else I didn't like. Oh, the Eternal Trailblades. So he went out and spent thousands and thousands of dollars on these forged wheels, but then he has the Eternal Trailblade XT, which is not that good of a tire. It's a very affordable tire, but with affordable tires, you get less mileage, and they can wear funny sometimes, and like you get stuff like that.
We see that a lot on the car side of things too. You see people go spend like literally $6,000 on some multi-piece wheels on their on the like Nanking NS25s.
It's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But you know, if you get the look you're going for, so be it.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't personally choose this tire, but that's me, and I have like whatever. I'm way more into tires than I probably need to be. So, but you know, it's the only thing that contacts your vehicle to the road. So I think tires are super important. But that wraps up our From the Gallery video. So if you guys want your vehicle featured, first of all, it has to be added to the gallery at customautossets.com/ad. Put it in there, and there's a good chance it might end up in one of the videos or in an ad somewhere. So just send us the link to that. We can get it in. If you don't have your vehicle in the gallery because you don't have a vehicle yet and you're looking to figure out what fits, or you just bought it, you can head out to customautossets.com/gallery and find out exactly what fits your vehicle. Wheels, tires, suspension, everything. We got it all at customautossets.com. That's my sales plug. That's Shells. I'm Fuller. This is the end of the video. Peace.